Cheers, welcome to my channel. This daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector, is a general or collective reading. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. Just be aware that parts of this may or may not resonate with you. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. If it's been some time since I have posted this video, then take a look back at what was going on, and that might give you more clarity regarding your situation. The underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is the most pentacles you can get in tarot. So this is a wonderful card to start a reading with. It's raining money. You have the lifestyle, the partner, the pets, and you have time to talk to your neighbors. It's all, this is about abundance in the third dimensional world, health, wealth, happiness. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is saying, that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So this is a reward from the universe. It's from the divine and from the universe, saying that the swords represent your intellect and your ability to discipline your mind. It represents thoughts and also can represent, your words, etc. So let's see what is going on here. Okay, excuse me. We have my cat sitting on my lap here. I just had to make room for her. So we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in. The Wheel of Fortune is the past, the present, and the future all coming together in synchronicity. And the wheel is turning, and this is saying you are having good luck here. Now, these are awesome cards to begin with. Basically, it's saying that you deserve this lifestyle, and there's some sort of truth that's coming out, and this is going to be in regards to your destiny. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on her throne, and she's very focused on the pentacle. She is known for being very resourceful and able to have very good ability to make something out of nothing. Like, she's also known to prefer quality over quantity. So we're talking about old money here. We're not talking about flashy new money. This is someone that understands the value of $1 and also about having a good, strong lifestyle. So you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the lifestyle, then it's not, you don't have it all. Like, you don't have this abundance then. And we have the Page of Swords coming in. So the Page of Swords is representing some form of communication coming in. In the old days, the pages would start working for the king and queen in the court when they were like about 7 to 14 years of age. And they would generally come from the families around in the higher society. This information coming in could be, in the old days, I mean, it would be handed by note or whatever. But these days we have so many forms of communication. So it could be a letter, it could be an email, a phone call, a text message. It could be a social media post you see, or even something you see on the news. And so this is the Page of Swords, and he's in the position of a golfer, and that reminds me of how golf is a sport that requires a lot of mental strength. So you have to be able to handle your attitude as well. And so that's why a lot of people, when they are in business, besides it being an enjoyable sport and being out in the nature and all of the beauty, there's some beautiful courses out there. It's about being able to walk a course with someone. If you're doing business with them, you can tell a lot by how they handle themselves in the disappointment, if they have a bad day in golf, or if they're doing really well. And so this is kind of the energy of being really disciplined in your mind so that you can perform at a high level. And this also can represent like a breath of fresh air coming in. This is the only page that isn't really focused on his element. He is looking away from it, actually. And that means that he's already had the thought, and now he's already kind of looking at like intuitive ways, innovative ways to make that thought useful or work for him in some way. Then we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is representing conception, like the conception of a project. It could be you've launched something, and you think about the Sagittarius energy. They represent the element of fire. And this is sort of talking about the actions, you know, of the bow and arrow and them all landing in perfect alignment on the target. And so these wands are actions taken by you or by others that will land in due time, and they'll land in perfect order to establish a project. This also can represent conception of an actual baby. And then we have conviction beyond a doubt. So this card is speaking of you have your heart protected with this wand, with this action, and you're standing on higher ground to protect maybe an idea that you have or something that you've just launched. It feels like it could be you had a really good idea and maybe decided, okay, I'm going to build this product, or I'm going to start this business, or I'm going to write this book, or something like that. And the energy is I'm standing on higher ground, and I'm willing to fight for this. I know what I know, and I have conviction beyond a doubt that this is a great idea, and I'm going to make it come, to get these pentacles here. That's the energy I feel. And you'll notice here that this person has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And this is representing having one foot in each world. He could have been in a hurry and just didn't see which footwear he was putting on, but regardless, it's talking about the new and the old, kind of, and not quite, or the launching and the ending, like being in the middle of something. And this is also talking on some levels about conviction beyond a doubt can also be like actual conviction and in a court of law, like a prison sentence or something like that. That was brought up by one of my people in the community asking about that. Yes, that's possible if the other cards support it. At this time, it looks more like someone's launching a project and they're willing to do the work to to build this idea into something that they can improve their lifestyle with it. And then we have, look at this. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is a grown-up version of the Page of Swords. And so the Knight of Swords is, by the time someone's 21, if they've been a page and they've been doing a really good job and they have the money to afford a horse, they can be put up for knighthood, and then they would be given the responsibility of delivering messages far and wide from one kingdom to another. So in the old days, of course, it was always by horse or camel, I guess, in some countries. But this is talking about this card is representing someone who's either running to something or running away from something. Now, I don't see it running away from the money, but it could be running towards this idea, someone, some information, because this again is communication coming in regarding this energy. And sometimes this card can represent a fool rushing in, someone who doesn't really know the point of all the information they have. You'll notice, like, even look at the difference, look at the difference between the clouds, even how jagged the clouds are. So this is talking about like some sort of information that's kind of been surprising or upsetting or in some way. And this is he's running through barren land against the wind. And look at the horse. The horse is totally stressed out. And so this, when the horses come in right now, because as I'm doing this reading, we're moving out of, just barely moving out of the energy of the new moon that was just in Capricorn, and we're moving into, towards the end of the year. And at the end of the year, there will be a full moon on the 1st of February, and that will be in the energy of Leo. And then on the 17th, we move into the year of the fire horse in the Chinese New Year's Day. And so the horses kind of have a lot of significance right now. And the way this horse is behaving, the way this horse looks stressed out. And so this is talking, the year of the fire horse, the energy is very dynamic, and it's very, for a career, it would be like setting very high goals and wanting to achieve them as fast as possible kind of energy. And it's also talking about being very free-spirited. In love, it would be very passionate and full of heart. Horses are full of heart. And then all the dangers of this energy, and the downfalls of it, is it can be very impulsive. And it can also be like where you set your goals in such a way that you make it kind of impossible to reach them. And you just drive yourself so hard that you burn yourself out before you can actually accomplish what you started. And so that's the danger of that type of energy. And we're really starting to feel it. And with the new moon on the 18th, and I think this is the 20th here today, so the energy is, still has that wanting to start energy. So it's good to remember to not be impulsive in your behaviors, and not to let your temper show that kind of energy. Watch your words, watch your thoughts, what you say, what you do with other people at this time. And it's also talking about, the energy is like with this horse. If you're riding a horse, and the way that you are able to guide them is by the sensitivity of the corners of their mouth with the bit. And if they get the bit in their teeth, instead of it being settled back, they can take off and just run. And so this energy is talking about like when they get spooked, or so if something happens and you just take actions really quickly, or a whole bunch of actions really quickly without giving it enough thought, and then really regret it later, or saying things that, you really regret later. We have this card of celebration coming in on this energy here. So this is interesting. This is, a lot of readers read this card as a card of celebration. It's not my favorite card. I'll tell you why. It's because we have 3 people here celebrating, and they're toasting each other, but they're not toasting each other. They're not looking at each other. They're toasting something that's happening. And so this energy could be regarding this person having to go to higher ground, and kind of because of some sort of actions, and some information has come in from that, sitting right on this energy. And the thing is, the cups are about love, and quite often they're about romantic love. So when there's 3 people instead of 2, right away you have to wonder, okay. And then the other part that I feel is like kind of a negative with this card is that in European cultures in particular, but in several cultures around the world, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it brings 7 years. The superstition is it brings 7 years of bad luck to your romantic life. And so that's exactly the opposite of what you would want with the cups of love. And because there's 3 people, sometimes that can mean that there was 3 people involved in a relationship where there should have been 2. And so they're not really celebrating each other. What are they celebrating? They're celebrating something that happened. That's the energy. And then, we have the devil coming in. Yeah. So they're celebrating some sort of actions that were taken to cause this person to have to go to higher ground, and to kind of be caught in between 2, like the beginning and the end, it feels like. Do you see this? So it's kind of like someone running at this person, and then there's a bunch of action coming in, and this person is caught in the middle of all this action. These people are celebrating this because this is what they're celebrating, and the devil is here. So the devil represents temptation, and you have two lovers here, and they are chained to each other, and they're chained to Saturn's box. So they are yoked together, and the devil is sitting on his haunches on top of this box. And this is the box of Saturn. So it's about very deep energy. And this energy is saying that this is more about lust than love. It's that kind of energy. When the devil card comes out, I always cover it with another card. You're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil will say and do whatever the devil needs to do to manipulate people into doing what the devil wants them to do. And that energy, I'm just going to cover that and see what minion did the devil send in, and what's this about kind of energy, and or did God step in? And we have judgment. So what this is talking about, judgment from the Most High, from God himself, coming down from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. And there are ancestors coming out of their boxes celebrating, as well as the descendants on the other side. And so this is talking about some sort of judgment regarding more than like just one generation. So it could be a judgment. I'm not sure what that is yet, but that could be what they're celebrating about. Or it could be a celebrate, like we don't know what the judgment is about. I'm looking, it looks like it, because this is the underlined energy of the entire reading. This could be about a lot of money, and the judgment being that this money has come in, or it's just about this money. And this sometimes represents like an investigation. So if there's a judgment, it usually means that there's some sort of judgment coming in. It could be from from the higher realms, and then it trickles down into the 3D. And so we could be talking about legalities, because we have here the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, which is what people say when they're swearing on a Bible in a court of law. And so this could be, you could be the Queen of Pentacles energy, or it could be about the Queen of Pentacles. Let's look some more what's going on. So there was something fishy in someone's love life here with some lover. That's the energy right there. This Page of Cups is he's holding a cup of love here too, but there's a fish in it. So something smells fishy. If you take a fish out of water for too long, you may have noticed it doesn't smell that great. And so this is talking about this Page of Cups is bringing in some communication about these two lovers, apparently. And there was something fishy going on with these two lovers. Now, the Page of Cups knows that there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's very focused on these fish. So this could be competition. This could be like this couple, that one of them got tempted and had an affair with maybe someone else kind of energy. That's what we're kind of looking at. Okay, and then we have the Wounded Warrior. So here we have the 9 of Wands, and we have this energy here, like of these 8 of Wands. So this is talking like, I'm building a pyramid here. And this is, the bottom is the energy of the tools that you have to move forward, and kind of what's going on. And then this is the obstacles that you're going to encounter to accomplish this. And so it looks like there might be something to do with when an investigation about some actions taken on someone who had to go to higher ground. Now that could be the Queen of Pentacles here, because this is sitting right on her energy. And the information coming in regarding that, and that this could represent the justice coming in really quickly, or just that the information has been taken to these three who are celebrating because of this energy of this person being caught in the middle and being wounded, because this is like the wounded warrior now, and you see these 8 wands are actually behind him. So now what it's saying is, okay, he may be wounded, but he's still standing, and perhaps they weren't expecting that, and they celebrated too soon, because he's standing there and these 8 wands are right behind him. So it means that whatever this energy was that he had to fight for, he has managed to land them. He's managed to land this action, and he's standing in front of it, and he is tired. He's leaning on this 9th wand, but he's standing on his feet, and this is why we call him the wounded warrior. And generally the wounded warrior represents someone that's on their life path, and then they get interference of some sort, and they end up running into this kind of energy, and you know, they have to fight to be able to stay on their path, to stay on their destined path. And it feels like it might be a Queen of Pentacles that is in that position. And then we also have a Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is very focused on her cup. And this cup is the only one out of all the cups in the tarot that has a lid on it. And this represents that she's a container for unconditional love. So this is someone that sometimes this can represent a matriarch in a family, like from the maternal line. So your mother's or your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother. So this energy, that could be talking about the ancestral line that's involved here, that's cheering because this judgment has now come in on this action that these people took that caused this person to be here. That's the energy. And so the Queen of Pentacles could be the daughter or granddaughter or great-granddaughter of this energy, and the actions that were taken against them, it was challenging, and it looks like it could have been a lover that the Queen of Pentacles had that was tempted by some sort of energy, and it caused all this this wounded warrior energy. And perhaps they expected when this happened, when this person was in this position, that they had won. But then God came in with judgment. And now we're going to see what happens here. Let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, so this is talking about having the strength and the courage to be able to deal with this. And this is on the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about destiny and the truth. The truth will set you free. I feel like this is some sort of energy that's coming in regarding this situation, and they were celebrating, and then boom, God comes in with judgment and against this fishy threesome energy, where there was 2 lovers here that made a decision to be tempted by something the devil offered, and possibly one of them maybe had, or both of them had something to do with this energy here, offering a cup of love to the Queen of Pentacles. And now this energy is the Strength card. So the Strength is talking about having the courage to face your fears from your childhood, basically. So this is talking about, like, the lion is a full-grown lion, and she's sticking her hand down his mouth, but look at him, he's submissive and he's allowing it. So she has infinite potential because she is really working hard to quiet her fears so that she can get to this point. And so this energy is talking about having the strength and the integrity to do your shadow work, to really look into, okay, what do I need to do to get past these obstacles so that I can get what my destiny is, and that's to have this beautiful lifestyle on planet Earth. and it's required a lot of patience. So this is, the wands are like the energy of action, and that's the actions there. And this card is also like, this is in Sagittarius, which is regarding the fire energy, but there's no wands here because this is this is in the major arcana, but this is representing the Sagittarius energy in the major arcana. And this is talking about, temperance is about devotion to your destined path, and it's sitting right here on this wheel of fortune. So this is saying that temperance means that you have the patience, that you're able to control your temper, that you stay on your path. You see the path in the background there, and the sun represents that it's the path that God destined for you when you came on the planet, and that you took on quite a major role here. And it's requiring a lot of courage for you to have, and a lot of patience. Sagittarius energy is not known for patient. They like adventure and action. So this would be very challenging. The right foot is in the water of the universe. This is talking about universal waters. And the left foot is on land. So it's talking about bringing, having the alchemy, pouring between the two, so that you can bring what you came here to do from heaven down to earth, from the universal energy down to the earth, and ground it. And look at, then we have the Empress. So and she's sitting right on the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like this has been so challenging and it's taken so much energy to put someone in this position, that this person has now acquired the strength of all the queens in the minor arcana. So we have she was already a Queen of Pentacles. She acquired the energy of the Queen of Cups, which is about love and being able to stay as a loving, unconditional loving being for the planet, even though she was wounded in this way. And so the Empress energy, it's talking, she has that cup of love, she has the pentacles, and she has, she's mentally like very intelligent and also able to discipline her mind to use her intuition. And so she sits on her throne, and she's surrounded by this wheat because it's representing her ability to just plant seeds and they grow. She counts on nature. She doesn't worry. She doesn't fret over it. It'll, it's planted. I planted it. It'll grow. Wave my little magic wand here. And, this is talking about the Empress is the generator of energy. She's like a magnet for attracting this kind of energy. So let's see what's going on here. And there's victory here. So, yeah, whatever this judgment that's come in, it might be in a court of law because of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And like when I first was reading online here, I was talking about this is a card of conviction, like beyond a doubt. And, when you know what you know, what you know. But I meant like that inside of you, that you knew that this is the path you're going to take and you're not going to back down. You're willing to fight for it. Having said that, when the collective asked me, could that be about a prison sentence, conviction beyond a doubt? I'm like, yeah, and in this reading it could. And this also, because the judgment card is right on it, and it's judgment from the Most High. It's also talking about, when I looked up the definition, when I was asked that question, it also said that in the Bible, if you have conviction, it means that you understand that you've sinned and you're asking for forgiveness from God. So very interesting. So this is the victory. The Six of Wands represents someone that has really become a leader in their own right because of everything that's happened. And that's right after this Empress energy. And the people that maybe were against them down here are now starting to want to follow them because they recognize, hey, this is a leader, this is victory. And she's she's victorious because she learned how to rein in her emotions and not let them get out of control like this. And so she's, you know, the horse is even looking back at her to say, hey, where do you want to go? Like, it's not like there's no fight here. You know, it's happy to have this rider on its back. And so that's the energy of the horse energy in that instance. And you look at the difference between these two horses. You know, which horse would you rather be? You know, that's the energy. So we have the King of Wands coming in now. And so the King of Wands is one of the four kings in the minor arcana. And he's sitting on his throne, and he is all about visionary action. This is talking about the wand that he has is actually made of wood, and it represents the tree, and the tree represents ancestors, the deep roots from the ancestors, as well as the offshoots as the descendants. And that's sitting on this judgment, you know, like right here on this judgment card. So there's some sort of judgment that's come in, and now he is looking right at this victorious person, and they almost have like their wands are lining up. So I don't know, this could mean they just met or something like that. They meet. They have a meeting is what's coming up. And so this energy, the King of Wands is really admired for being really a visionary with really good ideas, that likes to build new things, take on new projects, and is always kind of finding a better way to do things. He's considered the most sexy of all the kings. He's the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. He's charismatic, charming, the life of the party. People really enjoy his company because he's fun. The energy behind him represents these salamanders in a circle, and the lion and this little salamander here represent the energy of protection from fire. That's his element. And one thing I noticed in the last week or so is that this, on the back of this chair, or his throne, that it almost looks like someone with like two eyes here and the nose and smoke coming out of the mouth. So now I always kind of see, oh, where there's smoke, there's fire. He could just be sizzling hot. But it's also talking about there's some sort of action happening in the background here. And so is he part of this judgment? You know, is he the one who's bringing this judgment in? What's going on here? So let's keep going here. There's a reward here of the Pentacles. So this is talking about this achievement here. So when he meets this victorious Empress, then the reward is given for staying on their path. Now, on her path for sure, whether or not this energy could talk that because she was victorious, now they've met. And now they're both on their destined path rather than on, interesting. And that is sitting on this energy here. So let's keep going. So this is the tools, this is the obstacles, this is the courage to face it. And now we're moving into the heart's desires, and we're starting off like climbing up the next set of steps with the reward from the universe. And this is for following your North Star, staying on your path, even when it was this difficult. Interesting. Okay. So we have the Three of Pentacles here, sitting on this judgment energy. So this is talking about, here you are, you're going along, and you might have been learning something new. This could represent the King's energy, or the Empress's energy, or both, that kind of, energy. And so this is talking about having mastered a skill set, and beyond a doubt, and everybody recognizes it now, and people are wanting to collaborate with you. So that's really good. Having said that, these two people that are here, this is in this image, this is a stonemason. And so sometimes the people that are approaching you could be people from secret society that actually want to collaborate with you because of their desires rather than what they're in alignment. They want to use your abilities to empower them some more. And it may not be in alignment with what you want to do because it's sitting right on the devil here. And there's some judgment about that. So it could be this King of Wands got tempted with a lover to it's hard to, like, there's 3 people here. And there's 3 people here celebrating. So let's keep going. What this card is saying, though, is that this energy, if you are in a position right now where you are, hey, I'm a master of my skill set, and people are noticing this, and they want to collaborate with you, just it doesn't have to mean that they're like sitting on the devil like this energy is, but it could mean that they're not in alignment with your path and they would take you off your path. So you have to be really careful when you start collaborating with people, that they're people that are in alignment with what you're doing and you're the one who's in control of it. And you're just, that kind of energy where they're coming to support you. You're not going to sign up to support them. That you're the one with the skill. So keep that in mind, if you're signing any contracts or anything like that, because it could really be a problem. And then look at this. This is saying that this Empress energy, who is now victorious, meeting this King of Wands energy, that these are soulmates. So this is a female, or the feminine energy meeting up to the masculine. And this is like, now notice the difference here. Whoops. Look at the difference here. See, that's how you toast someone that you are, that you actually care about. That you're toasting each other. You're looking each other right in the eyes and toasting each other. Hey, congratulations on that good job on that project you did. You did a really good job. They're looking each other in the eye, and look at this. Look at the difference in the energy. So that's what I was talking about. That illustrates it very well. So this is talking about a divine partner being sent in. And this is part of the reward of this 10 of Pentacles, having this lifestyle that you deserve for staying on your path, for being on the North Star. So this could be that it's sitting right on the Empress energy and the King of Wands energy. And it's also sitting on the fishy, the fishy cup. So this could represent a soulmate, twin flame energy, but we'll see what's going on with that fishy cup energy. So this is about going up to the mountain after a dark night of the soul and wanting clarity from God. Like, is this I feel like, is this my soulmate, or is this energy being sent to pretend they're my soulmate kind of energy? The reason why I feel like it could be that they're really soulmates is because of this card here, because there's a reward being sent in. And this is the judgment. This is from God. And this is judgment from God. And this is the reward for being on your path. And so this energy here, then all of a sudden after that, there's this energy here. And it's sitting on the King of Wands and the now Empress energy. So this is talking about you go up to the mountain and just commune with God and say, I don't know what to do here. Is this the reward, or what's this energy about? And until you get enlightenment, then you come down from the mountain and you take action when you get the lit up gold rod is representing the action from the lantern reflecting on it, and that's when this the hermit knows, okay, it's time to come out of isolation and take some action. And the light in that lantern is actually the North Star. So your North Star is is magnetic north, or not magnetic north, but true north. And then we have the moon again. So this moon energy has been really intense lately. And so we have crawling out of the emotional waters after being up on the mountain here. And this represents the Empress, and she's been waiting for this to happen, to meet her soulmate. And she's crawling out of the emotional waters, and this is representing having to be very vulnerable, because she's like, how fast can a lobster run? And it has to go through the path, past this domestic dog and a wolf, or if it's a coyote, whichever. And they're howling at the moon, and she has to sneak past so that she can stay on her path and stay in between these two pillars. And this is talking about paying attention to the cycles of the moon to do it. I feel like this is actually talking about this at this time with this energy. It's the time to be doing it. And I feel like because we've got the sun here, we've got the new moon, and we have the full moon energy. And the energy on the 3rd was a Cancer full moon, and it was very emotional. I mean, Cancer is represented by the crab. Now, that's not a crab, but it's a shellfish. And the thing is that if crabs are in a bucket and they're about to be cooked for the next meal, and one of them tries to escape, the other crabs will grab that crab that's trying to escape. Instead of following it, they will pull it back into the bucket so that it suffers the same fate as the rest. And so that's the kind of, there's some sort of illusion here. The illusion could be this, if this is saying though that this is a soulmate. But there could be some illusion here that needs to be, the sun represents God shining light on it. Okay, so you being left out in the cold energy. So this is talking about the pentacles here. This is about the energy of, there's some sort of illusion being created here. And it could leave you out in the cold, so you have to be very careful. This is talking about, there's several people getting together. Look at all the snowflakes. And so anyone can handle a flake or two, but if you have too many snowflakes, it'll collapse your house. And, spiritually, your temple, your house, is your physical body that houses your soul. And so this is talking about tactics being used to leave the Empress out in the cold here and take her money. That's what it looks like. Look at, there's only 5 pentacles now. So this is talking about, this is what I feel, what this is saying, because look at all the snow, that at the top of the mountain, this is what the hermit went to talk to God about, this energy here. What do I do about it? That kind of energy. And we have, look at that. So this is the 8 of Swords. And so this is saying that, and look at the wounded warrior, and now the 8 of Swords here. And it's saying, so see, the hermit went up to the mountain to find out what happened here. What is this energy going on? Why did I end up like this? And why is it that I'm in a mental prison and I feel duty bound, and for some reason I can't get out of, I want to get out of this energy. I want to come in out of the cold, but there's all these people and I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. I can't see the whole picture, and I don't know which direction to take. And so this is God saying, okay, giving this is the direction that you take to fix this energy. And you notice, like, her foot is on dry land, her right foot, but her left foot is still in shallow water. And I feel like at one point the water was more like this, and it's dried up now. So whatever is left, the water represents emotions. And so whatever's left, it's like shallow emotions. Like, it's not, there's hardly any water here. So I feel like she's managed to figure out, 7 of the swords of what happened, but there's still 1 left, and she's not sure what direction should she take this 1 sword in. And that could be regarding this soulmate energy. Whether or not she should include this soulmate energy in her life, or is this soulmate energy part of this? And we have, oh, someone's working on money. Okay, so now this is interesting because this energy is sitting right on this energy again. And this is talking about, this is the only card in out of all the pentacles. And it's the 8 of Pentacles now. So we're talking about the 8s here. The 8 of Wands, or this is the 9, but the 8 that landed, this 8 of Wands here, the actions, and the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords, that kind of energy is regarding making money. This is the only Pentacle card where the person is actually making money. And what I mean by that is like actually working on the physical coin. And so this energy, and I think this belongs down here, but we'll just, whatever. I'm just making sure my cards are in order. OCD. But this is talking about making actual money, which sometimes represents like money laundering, Ponzi schemes, that kind of energy. RICO schemes, that kind of energy. Someone who's actually like, or fraud or something like that. Some sort of, white collar crime kind of basically. So the person isn't like, it's not about, it's about focusing on making money. So this could be money laundering, that kind of energy. We don't, something to do with that. Because this card not only represents mental prison, but it can be prison. So someone may, the truth might be coming out about something someone did to make money illegally. That's the energy. And that's why you have to be very careful when you collaborate with people, that you're not tying yourself to someone if they're not in alignment with your path. And then you get, you sign contracts or whatever, and you're now all of a sudden you find out, oh my gosh, these people are making money and not in the way I want to make it, kind of energy. Yeah, and selling yourself short, like this is representing, it's interesting because these are the 2 cards which are actually definitely about money and not so much about lifestyle, health, wealth, abundance. This is talking about the 3 ways of making money. Like you have your strong foundation. This is how you properly make money. Instead of making money this way. That's funny. So this is talking about, okay, this is safe money, like where you have a strong foundation for making money because you understand how money works. And then you can, and you don't want to risk it. So this is when you don't want to take risks. But the problem with that is that you could lose out on a lot of opportunities. And then this is when you go after your heart's desires with your money, and then you could go for your crown glory. And that's when you get to this point here. So this is talking about this person has his back to the city where he is from or where he's been. And this is saying that don't sell yourself short and quit playing it small. It's time to risk going after your heart's desires, because this is the heart's desires we're in now. And start putting the energy in and taking small calculated risks to make this money, not in this way though, in the proper way, in the correct way. And then this is a King of Swords coming in. So when the King of Swords comes in, quite often that is talking about someone who earns their living in a professional way using their words, and quite often this can represent like a lawyer energy. So I feel like there's some sort of lawyers involved. This could be a prosecutor. This is going to be someone that's higher up in the legal field. Like, so it's not like it's someone that would be a partner of a firm, someone that understands the law, understands like how, has a real strong mental intellect, and uses words to earn their living, not doing like hard labor kind of energy, like not working like this. And so this is someone that this quite often represents a mentor or someone that you can go to or hire to be able to, you know, what is that last sword? What is the action I need to take? And that may be the, okay, take some money and spend it on someone who understands the law and look after it. This could be that kind of energy. And then the wishes. So this is like talking about you're almost there with you know, the 10 of Pentacles, and also 9 cups of the 10 that you can have for ultimate fulfillment. But what you need to do is stay in the race, stay focused. This is if you're wishing for something, it means that you don't have it yet. So it's talking about you're going to have to stay in the game here and keep, like many a race is lost in the last lap. And a wish means you don't have it. If you were wishing for something, it means you don't have it yet. So it's saying that you're highly favored to have this work out for you, but you need to now hire someone, use the money that you have to hire someone who can bring this wish into being. Let's look at this from the bottom going up. So this is the truth comes in, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So this can represent some sort of court action, and it's destiny that this should happen. This requires having the courage to face fears from your youth, and you've been waiting a very long time for this energy to come in so that you can stay on your path. There's been a lot of illusions, and there's been a lot of tactics being used that have left you out in the cold. This could be that someone has already, like it could be this energy down here where this has been investigated and there is a judgment been made now in a court of law, and you'll be hearing about it or have to testify or something like that. It could be that kind of energy. And then we have, this is going to be a wish come true. Stay focused on, like if you want this to happen, you're going to have to be very diligent and stay focused on your goals here and not cave into any pressure. And this is talking about having a very strong foundation, but it may be time to leave the place where you're living. This is talking about you might, when this is over and this comes true, you might want to move to a new location. And this is about, completing a project or starting a new one. This can represent a pentacle that you're on the second one and you have these to go, or you've got all these done and you have the second last one. This is in context with this energy, not this energy. I'm going down the outside. And this also could talk about that there's legalities here, because maybe at some point you did collaborate with people that were making money in this way. And, now you have to make sure that if you didn't know you were involved, or you didn't know this was going on, or that they might have been using your money to do it and you didn't even know you had that money. There's a lot of different things coming in here. And then there's this energy here about a celebration that happened too soon, and it was a celebration about this money. But there's been judgment placed on it now. And this is happening right now. It's already in action. So let's clarify this. This is like, why can't we just have a happy reading? I've had a lot of really good readings actually this week. There's been a lot of love in the air. And so there's got to be a little bit of this here and there. But this is actually, the truth will set you free. So, and the information is coming out. And there is this, God has his hand in it now, and it's on this information. God has judged this situation, whatever happened here. And it's, it's going to be put right. This is representing justice coming in on the 3D, but it's talking like in a court of law kind of energy. What I don't like about this energy is it's almost like someone was trying to set someone up or set you up in some way, make it look like you were the one that was doing this when you were the one that was doing this kind of energy. But if you weren't involved in that, the truth is coming out. So don't, just keep don't get in this energy. You don't need to fight with anyone or anything like that. You don't need to make rash decisions or, you know, run away or do any of that. Just hold strong. And that's what this is saying. Stay focused. Stay on your path and just keep going on your path. That's the energy that it's saying. And if you're enjoying this reading, please give it a like and comment. Let's use these cards. This is my Tales from the Vector Oracle, Tails, and I have a website, talesfromthevector.com, where you can go and see the paintings that I did for this oracle. I started it in 2007 and I completed the last painting in 2020. But now what I'm working on is getting online with all of you to get the information together for the book that goes with it. And then I will, in the description box below, I will put the numbers of that are on these cards so you could look it up online if you want. And it will be, this oracle is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is how this energy works with these cards. These cards want to come out. So this is talking about the shooting star. This is about the base chakra here. This energy of, you know, what tools do you have to be able to handle this? And the number one tool is having a good attitude. That's good advice. The Chariot is coming in. So it means that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, is coming in quickly here. It's already, like this judgment has already been made by God, that this truth will come out and God will shine his light on the situation. And it perhaps could be like, have something to do with the moon now. That we are in the new moon, which is all about the new and the Capricorn energy. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, just as is the devil energy ruled by Saturn. So it could be saying that God is shining his light on that situation. And then we have the Lovers. So this is talking about, I feel like it's talking about these lovers here. This is more like soulmates. This has more to do with the soul. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. This could just be someone that you agreed to meet with at some point in your life to handle this situation. That could be the King of Swords there. That he's been on this and been watching what's happening, and now it's going to court. It's like it's been investigated, basically. I feel this is talking about that this was destined to happen. That, of course, this energy here going after these pentacles. And then we have, there's a lot of anger right now. So this is about, I feel like this, it's saying like the air trigger temper. So this could be some money regarding, because the judgment, if you look here, that's with the ancestors. It could be an inheritance or some sort of energy like that. It could be something that the ancestors had taken from them way back when, and that's being righted now. Something like that. We have denial. Okay, so this is what I don't know won't hurt me. Yes, what you don't know can quite often hurt you. And so that's the energy. This is whatever you didn't know is coming to the light now. And then we have the Taurus energy. And so the Taurus energy represents the toddler of the universe. It's the second zodiac sign. First we have Aries, which represents the newborn infant, and now this is the toddler. And this is talking about the give and take in life and learning how to give and take and how to share. And this is also the sign of Venus, that is, or the planet Venus, I mean, which is all about love and about receiving. And so this energy is also the same energy, the planet that rules the energy of the Empress. And the thing about this card is that when I was doing this card, it has a matador in the ring, but it's when like the bull has been like, beaten down and the bull's staring at the matador, and it looks like the matador is all sad because, hey, I wish I wouldn't have done this to the bull, but that's not what it is, because the story of the bull and the matador is actually a dance. It's a ritual, and it's talking about when the matador is doing that, he's actually kind of humiliating the bull some more, like saying, "I'm not even going to look at you." It's a stage in this ritual, and so this there was a story about a matador whose friend was killed gored by a bull, and one of his matador friends. And so it's sort of talking about this energy, that he wished he had never been a matador, and that he wished he never harmed the bull, but that's not really what it's about. So it's a bull shift story, basically, all the way around. And so this is my bull shift card. So when the Taurus energy comes up in a situation like this, it's like there's something that's hidden here, that kind of energy. That's not quite right. Yeah, some disruption. And what's fun for some is not fun for everyone. And that's sitting right here on the Lovers and the Devil. And then we have indifference. So indifference to people's suffering, so that you can, we're all in it together. We're a work in progress. That's what a lot of people will say. And then you find out, oh, they really, it wasn't that way. They really were very indifferent to anyone else's suffering. And that this is how they get what they want. And then we have worldly and otherworldly desires. And so giving yourself, this is a karmic space, like where you just give yourself permission to take what you want, and then you kind of wrap it around in your head that, hey, I deserve this more than they do. Blah, blah, blah. And this doesn't just stop at the physical world. It also talks about in the spiritual world. So it's kind of a very deep space, a karmic space that you can get into when you start going against God's plan and trying to change what God has said. This is for this person, this is for that person, this is their destiny. And you say, no, I'm going to take their destiny instead. It doesn't work out very well. And yeah, this is about, you have to surrender to God's plan. Like you can, the energy is, you can think you're winning, but in the end, God always wins, because God's God. God knows everything. So it's kind of a futile endeavor, but a lot of people fool themselves, and it can go for generations where it appears to be working, but the more the karma that it's accumulated, the more intense it's going to hit. And the sad thing is, it could have been something that your ancestors did, and the descendants get indirectly hit by that energy. So the Pisces energy is coming in, and that's talking about sink or swim energy. So there's a bunch of people treading water here right now. That's the energy I'm picking up. And yes, sweetheart, in a minute. She wants her chicken. I know, it's supper time. It's okay. Come up here. Come back up here. That's a good girl. We're almost done here, and then I will feed you. Talking about perception. Yeah, I know, you're hungry. So this is talking about, like, this energy I was talking about is like when people feel like they would rather have someone else's destiny, which is so silly. Everybody has, like, if you follow your own destiny, that would be the best way to do it. But it's like the grass is greener on the other side, and that you see, oh, that person's grass is greener than mine. And then you realize, oh, and like it looks like they're not even working on it, and you're working on your grass. And then you realize when you go, oh, this is that fake grass. Imagine that. That kind of energy. So you can have green grass, and it doesn't have to be fake, but you have to water it. You have to plant it, water it. You have to fertilize it. You have to weed it. That kind of energy. You have to cut it often. You have to, look after it, and then you'll have green grass if you want it that bad. And we have the manifester here. So this is talking about bringing being able to manifest through the sacral chakra. That's the most powerful energy source. That's where the sacral chakra is, where babies are produced. And then we have the Emperor energy. So there's an Emperor. This could be representing this King of Swords here, this Emperor, meeting the energy of the Empress here. And she may have met, that might be the soulmate that she met. And this very intelligent person is going to, you know, make sure that this situation gets sorted out properly. And then the Tower has hit, yeah. So I feel like there's some reality coming in, because we're starting the reading off and it's about all this money. And the very first card out is the truth is coming out. And this is because God is making sure the truth comes out. So this is talking about the reality check here. So when the Tower hits, it's a reality check. And it's talking, sometimes it can represent divorce, but this is actually divorce from source. The worst divorce would be when you're divorced from source, from God. And from God's plan. And then there was abuse of power. So, yeah, this is kind of like a story of some people trying to manipulate God's plan and take what wasn't theirs, and now they've been caught kind of energy, and it's gonna be messy, it looks like. But what it's saying is, if you know, if you haven't had anything directly to do with this, and you don't even know what it's about, then you'll find out. The truth is going to come to you, and you might be shocked. And that's the reality check. You might be, no, there's no way these people would do that. But there is a way they would do it, because they have. So that's the kind of energy. I feel like it could be upsetting news coming in, but it's better to know the truth than not to know the truth. So I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do like and comment if you have. And subscribe to the channel if you feel like you resonate with the energy. It would be my honor if you did so. And I will be back with another daily reading for you tomorrow. Bye for now. It's time to go feed my little cat here. Yes, I know you're hungry.